Today we are going to be listening to a story. There are no pictures, so we're going to have to use our ears and make sure they are nice and turned on. Can you do that with me? Cha-ching! Thank you so much. Now this story is called Pecos Bill. And Pecos Bill is a cowboy from Texas. If he's a cowboy, what do you think he wears or looks like? Yeah, maybe. And what do you think he does for a living if he's a cowboy? What do you think he does? That's a good prediction. Thanks for sharing. Now we're going to learn about Pecos Bill. But this story about Pecos Bill is an exaggeration. Can you say exaggeration? When you exaggerate something, that means you're embellishing it. You're making it seem way cooler. Or bigger, or better, or anything. It just is you're kind of amplifying the truth a little bit. Like if you saw a dog and it was about this high and you came home and you were like, Mom, I saw a dog that was the size of a dinosaur. That would mean that you just told your mom that your dog, the dog you saw was the size of a dinosaur, which is bigger than your house. That's an exaggeration. Another exaggeration is if you accidentally spill a glass of milk, right? And it's just on a little spot and you come in and you're like, Mom, I spilled milk and it's all over the kitchen floor. It's like a swimming pool. Can you really if you spilled milk on the floor, would that really look like a swimming pool? No, that would not be enough milk. That's an exaggeration. Now, this story has a lot of those, so I want you to be listening. We'll talk about them at the end. How does that sound? Awesome. All right, like I said, this story is called Pecos Bill, so let's go ahead and hear it, or listen to it. Now, Pecos Bill was a cowboy down in Texas. He was Superman, so to speak. He was Superman? He was the roughest, toughest cowboy ever born, and he had no fear of man or beast. Pecos Bill was born to a real nice cowpoke and a wife who were journeying west with 18 children. Bill's mom knew right from the start that he was something else. He started talking before he was a month old, did his teething on Pa's Bowie knife, and rode his first horse just as soon as he learned to sit up on his own. When he started to crawl, Pecos would slither out of the wagon while Mama was cooking supper and wrestle with bear cubs and other wild animals that roamed the prairies. One day while fishing, he fell into the river and was saved by a pack of coyotes that raised him as their own. He roped a cyclone and rode it like a bull until it settled down. He met his wife, Slewfoot Sue, riding catfish down the Rio Grande. Once when there was a drought in Texas, that means there wasn't a lot of water. Pecos went to California and brought so much rain that it created the Gulf of Mexico. One time when he was lost in the desert, he got so thirsty that he used a stick to dig the Rio Grande, which is a river. The end. Round of applause. All right, this story is a little bit tricky, but we're going to talk about it. So let's talk about here. What exaggeration do you hear here? Now, Pecos Bill was a cowboy down in Texas. He was Superman, so to speak. Did you hear some exaggeration? Yeah, what'd you hear? Yeah, they compared him to Superman. Is Pecos Bill really a Superman? No, he's a cowboy, and he might be really great at what he does, but he's not Superman. Now, let's do another one. Sorry, kids, I lost my place. That's right. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the ocean. Okay, so one time it said that there was no rain in Texas, so it was really dry, really hot, and Pecos Bill was pretty thirsty. So he went to a different state called California, and he brought back so much rain that he said it created an ocean. Do you hear some exaggeration? Yeah. Whenever it rains outside, could it really rain so much that it created an ocean? No, it would just make a puddle. So that's an exaggeration. One more I want to talk about is that then one time he got lost in the desert, and the desert does not have a lot of water. So he was so thirsty. So it says that he used a stick, a little tiny stick, to dig up a river that flows water. Now, do you hear some exaggeration in there? Yeah, could you imagine using a little stick to dig up a river? Could you really do that? No, you could do a little bit of water with a stick, but not a whole river. That would be crazy. So yeah, that's about some exaggeration. Now that's a really big word. So I want you to listen, okay? And tell me where you hear the exaggeration here. Are you ready? All right, here we go. My room was so dirty that it looked... Hold on, let me start over. My room was so dirty and there were clothes all over the floor that it looked like a volcano erupted. Did you hear some exaggeration in my lines? Let me know below.